Hi all, Renee here. I am here today to put together an older kit that I have had cut out, ready to go, and it just kind of kept getting pushed back. I was concerned that you all wouldn't be able to reproduce this kit, but guess what? It's all still available. They are retired, but they're still available on my website. So let me show you what I'm using. Their cards, there's going to be 8 cards to each of 4 different designs using just solid color cardstock. No special paper involved, just solid color cardstock, so you could pick whatever colors you wanted. And then the stamp and die set I'm using is called Ooh La La Macaron, and it's a really cute stamp and die set, and it's only $15.95 for a stamp and a coordinating die. That's a great deal. So I don't know if you'll be able to see it because I've used it a lot, but it says life is sweeter with friends, and then it has in parens and macarons. You're sweet, and then ooh la la. I didn't use ooh la la. You can tell I've never used it. And then it has the 3 stacked macarons with the die to cut them out. Now, I have seen other people take these, hand cut just one off, and make them into hamburgers. So dual duty, you can make a card with hamburger on it, which would be really cute for a birthday card, I think. And then this particular kit, or what am I trying to say? It's not even a kit. It's just a workshop. It was from our virtual convention, but I am more than happy to share this with you. Just leave me a message. The best place to message me is in my private Facebook group, which there's a link down below. You just need to answer a question about what you like to do in your crafty time. Whatever you like to do in your crafty time, just put it in the answer. However, if you don't answer the question, I can't let you in. I am trying to keep out those crazy scammers and spammers who post all kinds of craziness, and they don't answer questions because it's usually a bot. So really easy, answer the question, I'll let you in. But it's a great place to message me is there. You can leave me a comment here. Sometimes I don't always see those comments because YouTube is weird. So there's that. But anyway, you can get this. Another piece of these cards, one of the cards uses this die cut. Let me show it to you. It is really cute. It is called the Hearts Slimline die. Now, this die is $19.95, so I can see where that might be something that, how do I justify? However, you can use this to make stencils, and then from the stencils, you can use it in all kinds of different ways. You can also use this as a background on a scrapbook page. There's lots of different ways other than making a slimline card with it. So that die is still available as well, $19.95. What is also still available is this watercolor set and the watercolor brushes. I don't have the prices right off the top of my head, but just check out my website down below. I'll have it linked. And then whenever I am going to either watercolor or alcohol marker color, I use the Intense Black solvent-based ink. This ink is wonderful. It's dual duty. It works for both. So you don't have to remember, okay, alcohol inks, I need to use this. Watercolors, I need to use this. I just use this. And actually, if you're looking for just a black ink to use for everything, I would say go with this. It takes a little tiny bit longer to dry. It's not as bad as a pigment ink, but it does take just barely a little bit longer than just a regular water-based dye ink. Now, the thing you can't do with this is you can't watercolor with it. How I've shown you before where you squeeze the container, it puts ink on the lid, and then you just use your water brush to watercolor with your inks. You cannot do that with this. It doesn't work quite right. You can try it, and you get some crazy little things happen with it, which is kind of cool, but it's not the best for that. So your dye inks are going to be for that. But if you just need a basic black, this is the one. So I've already got everything cut out. I am going to go through, put all my cards together. I'm going to do my watercoloring on the video. However, I will speed it up. And I will be back at the end to show you the finished cards and talk about any changes I made or tips I have based on the instructions. Now, these instructions, not only do they give you the designs and the sketches for each of the cards, but it also gives you the color cardstock that was used, and cutting guides. These cutting guides are so awesome. So there is that. And then it also shows you how to put all the cards together with how to prepare each of the items. So with that, I am going to go ahead and get started, and I will be back at the end, like I said, to show you the finished cards. I hope you enjoy. I'll see if I can find some ooh la la music. We'll see. So enjoy. Now, those were so fun and actually so easy, relaxing. I love watercoloring. I don't know why I don't do it more. And if you have never watercolored, these are perfect. They are so easy to watercolor. And the way they're drawn so loosely, if you make little mistakes, it doesn't look out of place. It looks like it should have been that way. So on this one, I messed up and didn't cut enough of these. So rather than you watching me pull out my die cutter, my paper, and all of that, I just moved on, and I'll go back and put this one on later. But this one was just paper pieced, no coloring at all, no watercoloring, just paper pieced. The one thing I will tell you is make sure that the white piece you get for the little cream filling, that you cut it from the correct one, because each one is a little different. And if you cut it, you don't have to be real perfect because it'll line up with the printing that's already there, all the stamping. So really fun. I pulled out some wild berry sequins, but which are retired. I don't think you can get them anymore. But just use whatever sequins you have, or if you want to use some sort of liquid pearls and make your own little embellishments, or leave it off entirely, it really doesn't matter. It's a cute, cute card. And I love this little tearing technique. That really adds a lot of texture without a lot of bulk. I donate my cards to Cards for Soldiers, so I like to keep things as flat as possible. So there's card number 1. Then for card number 2, I did make the 2 called for, and they're both exactly the same, so I'll just show you one of them. And really, really cute. Love the way it turned out. I wished I would have used a different color, like a pink on this one, but it turns out it doesn't matter because it's covered up with the sentiment anyway, so no big deal. And I don't know what I did, but somehow I skipped cutting this piece of the wild berry paper, that piece, and that piece. I don't know what happened. So I just pulled out some scrap and cut out the pieces I needed. So no big deal. But I really like the way this came out. And I love this background. Again, it adds a lot of texture without a lot of thickness that's going to be problematic when they get mailed. So really, really cute. Love the way these came out. So 2 of those. Then card number 3. Love this one. And I just have to tell you, while I was coloring these macarons, there is a cake shop called Artisan Cakery that is in Knoxville, Tennessee on Kingston Pike. So if you're ever in Knoxville, you got to try that place. It is amazing. Now, I've never tried their macaroons, but they have, or macarons, sorry, they're different, macarons, but they have an entire shelf full of all different colors. So as I was coloring these, I'm like, oh, I should try one of those one day. But it seems like whenever we go in there, which isn't very often, I end up getting the poppy seed lemon cake. Oh, it is so good. So, but maybe one day I'll just get 1 or 2 macarons, and my husband and I can try them. So I've never actually had a macaron. Isn't that crazy? Macaroons I love because they have coconut, but I've never tried a macaron. So maybe I should do that. Anyway, love the way this came out. Really easy to do. The Life is Sweeter. Anytime you have a little mistake or you have something a little too dark, just tap it with your paper towel and it'll take off some of that color. Also, when you're watercoloring, things will turn out lighter once they dry. So if you want something dark, you got to really give it a dark pigment and use a lot of the actual pigment as opposed to less water. Now, this is also just regular white cardstock. So don't use a whole bunch of water if you do this because your paper will start to pill. The amount I used, no problem. It didn't even hardly curl. And even with that, putting the adhesive on it and sticking it down, it straightened it out right out. So you can see there's no warping. So love these cards. And then the last card, I think I made this one a little darker than I would have liked. I meant to use that dark blue on this part and use a lighter blue on that part. Probably the blue I used there, I would have used there and then used the darker on the stripe. But it didn't work out. So I did actually create my own color, putting brown and blue together to get this blue tinged gray, to give it the darker look. Not my favorite. I don't like how I colored that, but I think it turned out cute. And then on this one, I used a little flower sequin instead of a regular sequin. And on this one, I used a regular sequin. And I think I like it better with the regular sequin. Another thing that I did was I distressed the edges using this old retired tool from Close to My Heart. Just has like little blades inside of it, you can get the same look with the edge of your scissors. This is just, I had it, and you know what? I want to use it because I have it. So with that, that is all my cards for today from the, let's see, what is the name of this set? Ooh La La Macaron. So if you're interested in this set, just check it out in my website. I've got that link down below. And if you have any questions, just leave those for me down below, or better yet, join my Facebook group. It's private. No one will see what you're posting, so no worries there. And I keep a very close eye on it. And if we ever get any spammer comments or anything mean, anything like that, out. Whoever it is, they are out of the group. And you are welcome to post all of your creations. It can be any kind of crafty creations. I don't mind. Crochet, knitting, sewing, card making, anything. If you do tatting, whatever it is you do, feel free to come over there and post it. We'd love to see it. So with that, I will leave you today. I hope you're having a great day, and I will see you in the next one. Thanks so much, everybody. Bye-bye.